One of the things that was surprising that I had heard was your experience with concussions. Tell me about that.
So when I've had concussions, in that flip I was talking about in 1998 at Daytona, I got a concussion from that crash. I'd had concussions throughout my career at many different points and didn't think anything of them. I thought when you got a concussion, you joked about it with your buddies about how it made you feel, and you just rested until it was gone. And you raced through it, and eventually it'd go away and you were fine. It was just something that would go away, and you never thought about seeing a doctor. You never thought about getting treatment. You didn't know there was even treatment available for a concussion. You just thought it was something like a bruise, So this is going on throughout my whole career. I was testing at Kansas Motor Speedway in 2012, blew a right front tire, hit the wall at 185 miles an hour, and it screwed me up. And so that was a really that wasn't a typical crash, not something that drivers deal with usually in their career. This was something that was unique to me, and it was just a terrible impact at a bad angle at a very, very fast rate of speed. And I got out of the car and I knew something was wrong with me, and I felt, just like I'd been hit in the head with a bat, shocked and shell-shocked in a way, or just I couldn't shake it off. You just kind of wanted to shake your head and get it out, whatever it was, and you couldn't. That's when I said, I got to go to the doctor. This is bad. I can't keep crashing like this. Just putting these concussions so close together is a bad deal. It's dangerous. And I couldn't bite my tongue. Like, my attitude and my emotions and shit was out of whack. Like, I couldn't control my anger, and I was like, anybody say something I didn't like, I'm like, I wanted to tell them to fuck off,
Right.
And that's just not like me. I couldn't like keep myself calm. And everything that I heard made me angry. It was the craziest thing. Even people just talking about stuff would just get under my skin. I'm like, real impatient. And there were some new symptoms, but I finally I went to the doctor and I went to this neurosurgeon in Charlotte, Dr. Petty. He's like, I want you to meet this guy in Pittsburgh. His name's Mickey Collins. He works with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Penguins. And I'm like, all right. I go up there and I'm thinking I'm going to meet this guy that works with the Penguins and the Steelers, and he sees, players. But he's a doctor that sees anybody and everybody. Like, there's kids in there, that got hurt playing on the playground. There's workers, carpenters, housewives. Everybody's in that damn waiting room to see this man. He sees about 25 people a day, and he's an expert on head injuries, and he's got, he's on the cutting edge of whatever the hell the new shit is. He knows it, and his team and his people are investigating it. And so he fixed me. So I go there and I'm like, this is what happened. This is how it happened. I crashed. I hit it. I didn't tell anybody about it. I was sick for 4 weeks. I got better. I crashed in this race and I feel sick again. And he was like, well, these are two different injuries of two different parts of your brain. The first injury, you bruised this right front edge of your brain when you hit the wall. He said the second crash, you twisted the base of your brain and injured some things in the back of your brain. And that's why you're having the emotional and different things like that. So he took an injury that I hid and took 4 weeks to heal, and healed it in 2 weeks.
What did he do to heal it?
He gave me, I never took any medication on this particular issue. He gave me home exercises and eye exercises. I had problems with focusing and making my eyes work, tracking an object like a bird flying across the sky or anything like that. My eyes couldn't stay on it. If I looked at you, my eyes would bounce off of you, and they just wouldn't stay. If you said, hey man, I'm gonna take a picture, and you held up a camera and I tried to look at the lens and smile, my eyes would want to jump off of that object. They didn't want to look at what I wanted them to look at and track anything going anywhere. And
what was the cause of
that? The brain has the ocular stuff. You can have injury to that part of your brain, or you can have an injury to the vestibular part of your brain that may, like if you have bad balance, then your eyes and your balance work together. And so if you have vestibular issues, that can create ocular issues, and that can create that can affect your anxiety and depression and things like that. So all these, you can have an injury to one part of your brain that affects 4 other areas. And we talk about that in the book. Mickey comes into the book, and I'll say, this is what I was feeling, this is what I did, and Mickey will come in behind me and say, this is the medical science behind that, and this is how we treated it and why. But